Okay, so I'm back. I'm actually going to try a couple different things. First, let's actually make a text. And this one's actually going to be kind of fun. We're going to make a bunch of, sorry. Just let me load up my YouTube channel for a bit. There we are. Perfect. So what I'm going to do right now is we're just going to make a bunch of fake little billboards using holograms or something. You know, just like old advertisements. So I'm trying to think of some fictional companies or something. I had an idea where I wonder if we can. I don't know if we can swap textures, but I had an idea where you know we can actually we can. It's just a dumb idea I have, so I'm trying to think of some fictional companies. So let's see. Let's see. See. Let's see. What can I come up with? Fictional company names. I don't know. If anyone wants to jump in, they can. Thing takes place in like this cyberpunk, this old cyberpunk thing here. So, I'm thinking just kind of an old. Huh, something like this. Maybe I can do like a movie or something and then just place it in. It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of playing around here. I had a few ideas here where it's just gonna be nothing but like holograms and such like that. I just need to know a company name. So, let's see. Oh, Xi'an is just an old joke between a couple people and I. So, Xi'an WB, which those who probably know will know what I'm using. So we'll probably do something like this. I'm going to extrude by 0.25. That'll work. So I'm going to convert this to, let's do this. And then finally, I'm just going to just smart UV map it. It doesn't really matter. So, whoops. Sign. If anyone has any, you can jump in and have fun with this. We're just going to make some fictional names and all that. Nothing too offensive or anything like that. Yep. So put that in. And that's what I should do. Like, just import it. Yeah, import all. Good to go. So if we put this here, I'm sorry. I'm just, flipped it upside down. But something like this. Should be like in the center, but, whatever. Probably I can actually make like little designs or something. And I'm just gonna apply this little thing here. Yeah, let's try that. I like that there. I'll just apply that here. Oops. Just like that. You know, could be something like that. See if we could throw in. See if there's anything maybe from that content pack or something. You know what the sign is. Let's throw it in. Sure. Let's just throw in a whole bunch of things, see if it works. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we can probably put more stuff in here. Yeah, let's change it to a blue. Right there. There we are. Want something a little different. Of course, I can always change it. You know, I can always change these things. Huh. Always change these little things here. Probably put like posters or something. Maybe I can make a poster here. Change the image, maybe make something in Photoshop. Can I actually make like how does that work actually? Okay. Huh. I don't know. We could just like throw in a whole ton of stuff here. All right. Okay. So yeah, probably. I don't know. I could probably find something else. This is a good placeholder for now. Anyway, see. I think we are ready to go. Just gotta add a couple of things here. I don't want to do it. Thinking, yeah, I don't want to do anything in it. Ah, when I was starting out, I was pretty intimidated. But I just say the most important thing is just build something, build a set. You know, it seems intimidating at the start, but just you open up mega scans, find out how to apply stuff, and it just kind of comes together. Sometimes I think like, oh, okay, if I'm stuck on something, I just kind of play around with it and see what happens. And if something, if I get something out of it, it works. Great. If I don't, well, something shows up. I always find something out. Something. It's just like, oh, just build a set. Just it doesn't have to be too fancy or anything like that. It just the most important thing is if there's something, you know. That's really what's the most important. As long as there's something to it. Don't think so. That's how I see it. Found something. Then I'm lazy. Sometimes it's tough. It's intimidating at first. I think the most important thing is just kind of break it down to small pieces. Like, okay, I'm gonna build this little set today, or I'm gonna build something like this, and just kind of work your way up. I'm gonna do this today, and then suddenly it just kind of cascades, or it just snowballs or whatever. And you don't need to do much. You can just, something. With this production, I was stuck with it for years because I was always intimidated. Everybody knows the story. Like I was really intimidated about starting this. Until just recently, I'm like, you know what? I want to finish Shockbreak. I want to get something done with it. Let's just get this done. Get it over with. If it sucks, it sucks. You know, it's just done because I was you don't want this project just I'm kind of tired of just waiting around. I'm just gonna get it done for the sake of getting it done. I have a schedule, and sometimes there's discipline. I have a very short attention span, and it's a curse. But there are days where I'm like, or I just don't like. I work full time, and there's days where it's just really stressful, and I'm angry. But I just have to force myself to show up and do this. Will it cause burnout? Maybe. But I'm always proud of the fact that, at least something got done. At least something. So you don't need to move mountains and none of that, but yeah, just do something small. You could easily lose yourself doing it. Like here, I don't know. I didn't expect. I want to finish this. I want to start filming it by like what Friday. I want to film this on Friday, get it done, move on. I'm not from Maine. Let's see. What's... Not like that, but I kind of get an inspiration. Like, it's to build this set. I went to Tokyo not too long ago. So I went through a neighborhood called Golden Guy and just kind of gave me ideas. Sometimes it's just a spark, you know. Look at references, see what works, what doesn't work. And the most important thing to realize is, there's going to be another project. Always another project. Now that I think I'm proud of that one. I'm proud of where this is heading. I think this, there's a couple of little things I'm going to add here, but we're pretty close to filming this now. I'm to a point where I'm pretty close. I'm just going to add some graffiti here and here. With Golden Guy, I didn't see too much trash or anything like that, so I'm going to keep it like this. They probably do keep it nice and presentable. So I'll leave it at that. I don't want to reveal too much right from though, to be honest, but oh, interesting guess on the main thing. On main. I watched a movie. You put together that. That's a ton of work. Oh, the Shockbreak. Yeah, Shockbreak was quite. It took quite a bit of time, and I'm proud of it in the end. I actually do want to expand on the story a bit more. I'm in the process of seeking funding for it. I have a couple ideas what to work with. That is great right there. I have not. No, not seen that. Get some ideas. Yeah, I can look into that. A lot of my like I've used like for ideas like that, I kind of use a site called Shockbreak. So a lot of it, it's, so I like looking at movies and all that here. Give me an idea what to work with. You know, composition wise, what makes it work, what makes these movies work, what to work, you know, what color, how to set mood. They go have a more mature feel. I think they need to take their time. I think they focus too much on I mean, they focus too much on content rather than they just overwhelm people. I think that's they didn't focus too much on like I'll be honest, they're like when I watch a Marvel movie, I kind of forget in a couple of days. There's and I don't kind of forget it, you know. There's nothing that just screams out. Nothing that I can really remember. Maybe a handful of things, but like I watched a movie on an airplane on the way back to Tokyo, and I can't remember it. That's kind of a serious problem. Where you know, yeah, I think it's I know that, but I think they just try to they overcram so much. There's like you'll get lost easily if you don't catch up, that kind of thing. I don't think this works. That, but eh, there's a sense of I like with this project here. This is actually based off somebody's property, a superhero property. But I decided to focus the story on someone that you don't see too much, you know. And I never explain like what I'm going to do here. I don't think I did actually. Did I? No, I don't think I actually explained what I'm doing here. What kind of work do you do for your day job? Um, Work in a completely different field. I don't want to explain like a lot of my personal life here for, you know, but I work it's a completely different field of work where I do. Um, It's not really creative. It's more. It's hard to explain what it is. But probably the closest thing I can say is I'm a drafter. I think this will work. Yes, somewhat, but to be honest with you, it's sort of something I don't like. I get my inspiration from. It can happen anywhere, but like this set here, like I went to Japan. I don't know if I should, like, actually. So, there's some parts I saw here, like I went to, like, when I was in Tokyo, I went through a couple of neighborhoods, and suddenly everything just kind of clicks. Okay, this will work, or this will work, and I kind of look at every detail. Like, one day I did about 15 miles of walking, and I was just kind of observing, like, okay, this is really nice, or this is really nice, I like this, and information, however, yeah, oh yeah, like form and function, yeah, that actually comes out with a lot of my modeling too. So when I do 3D models, like when I'm building something, I usually do, I always think of function, form and function. So I think, okay, is there hinges or his, and what can I do? How can I work with this? But it doesn't really help in the filmmaking sense. The filmmaking sense is more of a, it's more of like, let's think. For her, I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? Just should do like this. I think of two things when I plan a shot. Yeah, I need to feel everything. Yeah. What I need to do is I think about like what mood, how am I conveying this? What do I need to think about? So I think about blocking. I think about kind of think about a lot like let's push this here. Like I'm thinking about the like my time in Tokyo. My time in like when I was in Shanghai. Just kind of think, I kind of observe, let's see, like I kind of look around and observe everything, New York City and all that. I've been to quite a few places in the last couple of years, but I'm always like just kind of take everything in, observe, and think what can work for this or what can work for that. How do I? And not that, but how can I bring this to life? What kind of lights I use for color? You kind of see how many colors we're kind of dealing with. think this will work here. So for this scene, there's a couple camera angles I'm seeing here. So I'm thinking here, what is this character? So the first thing is there's always a goal. What is this character doing? Why should you care? Why should there be intrigue? What exactly, like, what do you need to exactly do? How you could, so I think about, okay, they're going to stand here. And then, what are they doing? Are they looking at something? So for her, she's going to be looking at a message. She's going to have this serious look on her face. She's kind of thinking through. So I'm probably going to shoot. I actually do like that canted angle, but for now, I'll probably keep it like this. So let's do 180. So probably keep it something like this. And then that's how I planned it here. Then the next couple of shots, this is where I'm going to have some extras here. So I think of framing. I know that, but I'll probably change it from a 35mm to, I'm probably going to go with a telephoto. So I'll probably switch it to here. And if you're coming from the iclone realm or whatever, or Unreal, or I just don't see many people really playing with lens sizes. So I think here, okay, this character's looking through. And I feel like we're spying too. So what is this character doing? What's the intrigue? What's she looking at? Like, what is she doing? She's preparing for something, but we're trying to figure out what. So I'll probably do like a telephoto lens, just to kind of compress everything, kind of feel like you're spying in and watching. So there's gonna be a couple shots here. She looks here, then finally the message. Then I'm probably gonna have her cell phone, which I'm gonna design my little own cell phone. I'm trying to think what does a future cell phone? How do we design one? That's the fun. That's a fun challenge. What does a future cell phone look like? So we gotta change that there. Change the camera component. So maybe there's like a focus here on food. Yeah, there's more dramatic lighting. Yeah, I'll probably play around with this. Like I said, I'm probably trying to think how to convey that in lighting. Like a lot of red. I'm thinking more red and blue. But I gotta be careful because the hair's a little finicky. With the shadow, you can see where I don't know how to fix it, but so once I put the final touches in, that's when I'll kind of play around with the lighting. But I'm thinking red. Thinking a little bit of red and blue for her. Red and teal. This more shallow depth of field. Yeah, you can tell there's a little bit of teal here because of the light color source. Too bright for a bar. Yeah, we could change that. I just gotta be really careful. Like that, but I'm probably gonna have to turn down my exposure. Yeah, we gotta turn that nice green off. I'll play around with that idea here. I don't know. Probably turn it off here. Think about that. Eh. Yeah, like once I put my characters in and everything, that's when I'll change lighting. Hmm. Maybe we have to change that. Let's see. Hmm. My main fear is that shadow. Hmm. In somewhere. We're getting somewhere here. I like the blue. I like the blue here. Blue against the red. Maybe I just gotta set her up how to frame her in a way. Dude. Hmm. Yeah, point here. How do you do that with the neon lights? Oh, that's pretty easy. Here, let me find this here. So there's a couple things you need to do. So this is what I call yellow glow. I go by a very simple that fuzz light feel. There's a couple things. So I make my emission map, power, which I make a parameter. And then I have my lights, emission, base here. So it creates the emission light there. Kind of see where I have that fuzz here comes from the bloom effect in your camera, or you can do it in your post-process volume. So let's just go to camera. So this is the bloom. So if I turn it off, and that's how you do it. But I don't like to rely too much on lumen. It's not a perfect system, so that's why I have all these lights here. I do like it now. Yeah, turning out that rectangular light does work. The more I think about it, the more I like it. Draws your attention to her. Can't stand the noise from that. Yeah, that's why I like to always twinkling. Yeah, it's not perfect yet. That's why I kind of like to put these little lights in. It's not perfect, and I see this a lot. Hmm. Sweeney Shimmer. Sweeney Shimmer. Yeah. Hmm. This is actually just gonna be for my film. I'm working on a short animation. Gonna be starting Friday. Right now, I'm just kind of playing around and testing, but let's do it. I like, yeah, a second. Yeah, this was a production I've had for years now. I don't actually work on games. I do this for animation. Um, Planning to do a lot more cinematics this 2024. I've been approached to do cutscenes and plan and everything. I think that's it. That's it. Mhm. I think this could work very well. Let's put a couple people in here. All right. Sorry, just thinking. Uh, just thinking of a shot here. Sorry, this chair's squeaking. CC, do you make your own NPCs? Let's see. Open my CC. Once in a while. Well, I guess I just kind of get the characters in and throw them in here. So I'm trying to make some extras here. Cancel that. So here, I'm trying to think, who can I bring in as a character? So I'm just kind of not really putting too much effort. Just want somebody in the background. So it's pretty easy, so Yeah, let's go with Timothy. And I think you should just be a 2K. So first thing I'm going to do is, let's actually go to facial profile. Give him 140. Metahuman rig? Nope. Nope, I just work with CC. So I'll show you what I kind of do here. So let's correct the eye blink. And just for fun, I'm just going to call him Timothy. So Timothy here is going to be my character. Let's put the little side hair here. Material plus. Let's just make him brown. There we go. And there's a really nice cyberpunk pack I have. I'll probably work for this. Sure, update that. Yep. And probably put some jeans on here for him. Don't need to be too fancy. Yeah, that's gonna work. So some people are wondering why I use character creator. One I've been using for quite a while, and the other thing is more of a, it's kind of weird to explain it, but I always find that there's like a cartoonish aspect in MetaHuman, in character creator. There's a trap when it comes to like making these really realistic characters is you have to really take count of realistic. You have to be really good at animating like lifelike animations. Because if you don't, well, your audience are gonna. That's let's just actually get a different pair of pants for him. Your audience is gonna notice something weird, and I have seen really bad Metacue animations that gave me a nightmare because it was so uncanny valley. It just absolutely it completely took, yeah, it gets really bad with uncanny valley, and I see that a lot with metahuman. And it's tough. It's a really tough thing to do. What the heck are you not letting me? Come on. So it's kind of tough to do. So with character creator, there's a little bit of a cartoonish thing that can actually get away with it. Still, there's some things like I gotta adjust here. So I have my own Rococo suits. I have a, yeah, I have a Rococo suit here. I have iPhone, I have the motion live stuff here. Yeah, I think Timothy's good. just, turn off Blender. And make sure. Yeah, it's really, yeah, it's actually a lot better, I think. Get a lot more options to play with. It's just a 2048. I don't really think we need to do anything with, I'm not even going to subdivide the mesh. If this is just a background character, it doesn't matter. Main characters, yeah, I'm going to do. Let's see. Yep. Just basic 2K. Let's put in Timothy here. Just make sure. And do you own them after export? It says license lapse. Let's say lapsed or something. Well, it depends. If I recall, there are two kinds of licenses when it comes to Revolution. When it comes to Revolution. I'm not the best at explaining the TOS. This one, I would just go and talk to Revolution staff about it. They pretty much give you the best answer. Even then, sometimes like they go back and forth. Like for a while, they used to have like one kind of license, then they switched to two, then back to one, then two. So it's something I would just kind of updates. But if I'm doing cinematics, if let's say this, if I'm doing like a cinematic or an animation where you can't have your own mesh, where you can't have access to this mesh, then there's a certain license. There's a certain license I can get. I think it's called standard. An extended license is, let's say, if I'm making a video game where you have, where the mesh someone could get into it or something like that, or an FBX or whatever, like if the quote unquote physical, you know, then you may have to get something called an extended net license. But that's I think sales will explain that a heck of a lot better than I can. Uh, Obviously, don't give this stuff away. Don't, because yeah, that's not that's not good. Don't do that. They are very protective. So just something to consider. I think it's standard and extended currently. I've had to look into that for somebody because I was actually looking. I think they wanted a VR game, and in the Unreal Engine, so I was looking. I was doing a little bit of research on that. So let's see. Let's put Timothy in. Okay. So if they can, they probably even have a chart like what kind of license you should get. If you're making a film in Unreal, and then odds are you're probably going to be fine with standard because they're not going to be able to take the model and anything like that. It's kind of hard for me to explain that very well. All right, so I think Timothy is in iclone, right? So I get Timothy both as, yep, Timothy is here. Very good. Of course, there's some limitations depending on what you do. I've seen some people have problems with rut, so it's just something if you're making a game, that's something to look out for. But I've seen character creator and God knows, like that RoboCop game. That RoboCop game, they used character creator. I think I'm like 95% sure. Uh, in that case, simulation, game oriented PC. In that case, I don't really know what else to look into. Blender has like make human and all that, but I just don't know how friendly it is. And Daz is way too high poly. Daz is not like game oriented stuff. That's way too high poly, way too many faces, way too many unnecessary shit. I think for games it's good. I've seen people try that with Daz and it's way too much. Way too much. But oh yeah, we're gonna bring in Timothy. Actually, I should put in extras. So UE5. Timothy, there you are. Get in here. Let's do an HQ shader. So it's going to load it up here. Though the weird thing is, like that RoboCop game. They did something. They like with RoboCop when if they were using character creator humans, they didn't. I don't think they did. I don't know what process they did for the. Let's see, skeleton import mesh T0 SRF pose 60. We're good. Okay. Yeah, what they didn't do is if they were they only I think they only exported the FBX, but they didn't do anything with Motion Plus, so I don't think the facial expression's baked in. So and that's kind of obvious with the eyes because they weren't staring at RoboCop; they were just kind of staring off into the ether, and there's some barrel. I think there's like barely any facial expressions if I remember, which is kind of a shame though. Like that could be easily fixed with like an iPhone and just save it as Motion Plus, and then you just bake it into iClone if you're doing cinematics, and then export it as an FBX, and then the character's talking. So we'll do this with Timothy. Let's bring in Timothy. Let's just do a while that's loading in. We'll do an animation. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of like RoboCop, and if they were using MetaHuman or character creator, like the facial expressions were off. They didn't have any. So I'm thinking like they didn't bake the animation. But there was, I mean, I'm pretty damn sure it's character creator because I recognize all the hair. I recognize hair and all the all that stuff. I even like I have it on Facebook or something. I have to see what people were. I have to look through a gameplay of it. Um, I don't know if I should start. If I show video or anything like that, it'll probably be flagged. But let's see. Let's see. All right, so for Timothy, Timothy's gonna be a very easy animation. He's just gonna be talking to somebody. And for shits and giggles, I saw something from Reolution recently. I want to upload that. Or sorry, I want to just try that out here. Not upload, sorry. Bad phrase. I want to try it out and see if it's any good. So, what's the animation? So we have actors, animation, motion plus, actor group. Okay. So let's see what he's got. So it's a motion plus. Oh yeah, so he's just talking. And since the facial expressions are already baked, you can tell there's some subtle facial expressions like here, but so is Timothy still being loaded in? Yeah, he's still being loaded in, but it's not a 4K asset. It's not going to be subdivided, so it won't take too long. So obviously she's going. So we have one of these here. Let's see. Sorry, I was about. Yeah, when I said upload, I was uploading a picture too. So, um, all right. So for Timothy, we're going to export his animation. So I'm going to do 60 frames per second. Do a range. Make sure it doesn't matter. I'll just keep it to 496. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. We're not going to be taking too much. What I'm going to do is just delete a lot of this stuff here. So yeah, he has. Come here, you. So let's go with animations, extras, Timothy, not Tommy. Still importing. Did he get Timmy in? Is Timmy in? Yep, Timmy's in. Good. Very good. Okay. Tim, talk. Hey, there you are. And I'm just going to talk here. There we go. Tim's going to be in. I should close this because it's going to spoil a story of mine. I was working on something for this part of my project for Shockbreak. All right, so Timothy is in here. Just save everything. So let's see. Here we go. Animation. Extras. Timothy. Talk. And he's already done. I can get out of iClone for a bit. Extras. Timothy. Talk. Timothy. Talk. A. HQ shader. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to import the mesh. I'm going to only apply this animation of Timothy. Timothy is going to have 60 frames per second because that's what I set it as. If you do anything, if you do 30, just use the default sample rate because that's what it is, 30. If you're only exporting iclone at 30, if you're doing 60 frames per second, then you're going to have to do a custom sample rate. So 60, otherwise it's not going to import. It's going to create an error. So there are curves, just make sure, yada, 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 import all. It's going to import the animation just like that. And finally we got it. Delete these folders because we don't really need it. In fact, I'm probably just going to throw this here. Delete this folder, doesn't matter. And there we go. Perfect. So now that's done. Yeah, it didn't take too long. I'm going to stop highlighting. And I'm going to throw Timothy. We're going to make Timothy block. So he's going to do my blocking. There we go. Not too bad. Okay, so what we need to do is go on my camera. Okay, buddy, you need to get closer. I can also use something called the search tool. They just absolutely revolutionary. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a level sequence because I want to try this out. So I'm going to call this GG. So we're going to apply my camera. We're going to do this for 24 frames per second. I'm going to apply old Timothy. Come on, Timothy, get in here. And apply his animation. And, he's a little fast, so sometimes I just like to. And to be honest, I don't think anybody really cares about what they're saying, so just 875, slow it down just a little bit. Yeah. Hey there, what's going on? Yeah, it's a little late even by my standards. Like I'm doing this way too late. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to create a camera blueprint. That's fine. Camera shake base. Do probably panel noise here. I want the sense at your spine on these characters. That's really what I'm looking for. Like you're, like there's something off. So when I do, like when I do my final lighting and everything, that's when I'm gonna start playing around with it, get a couple ideas here. So I'm probably gonna design a small cell phone here. Let's do compile, save it, and see what happens. So let's add our camera shake. Oh, that's right. Darn it. Timing needs to be at 0. There you go. It's not too bad, actually. No, she's gonna be looking at her cell phone, typing a couple of messages in, thinking. It's gonna be between three, talking between two people here. I wonder. Let's see. What's our aperture? Let's actually make it 2.8. So we gotta bring down the exposure. When we play around with the lighting a little bit more here. Yeah, it is. It isn't as dramatic. I gotta play around with that. You know, when I'm gonna have her animate. Let me change it to 15 lumen. On you. Getting close. Let's change it to 10. Let's do 2. And what's the other rectangle, right? I think that's our dramatic. Hmm. Yeah, that didn't. It's just because I'm streaming everything, but hmm, I think that can work pretty well. We have another character that he's talking to. Plenty of motion in the front. It's long. Yeah. Talk to. We put one person here. One person here. Have them kind of talk here. Yeah, let's change that to 0.75. Use it. I think that would be an interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for here. So I should probably just scroll through. Ah, you got your 40. Ah, very nice. Let me know how it is. I've been meaning to get one for a while, but I'm still stuck in my 2080. So that's why everything's just like this. It'll improve once I get my Am I drunk or something? Damn it, Timmy. What are we gonna do about Timmy? He likes to cause issues for us. So if we do this here, yeah, I think we're almost done. Let's probably put a character here, have them talk, and then yeah, we're basically ready to start filming this thing. Once I get her cell phone, I'll probably do an animation here, just for kind of messing around, typing a message in. Just through here, sees what she's looking. Boom. So only come on when needed. Did nice. Seeing 1 minute to render. That's really nice. Probably do a shot here. So shot, maybe something here. Hi, Timmy. Couple of dramatic angles. That's a spine here. Yeah, I think that'll do. Yeah, I think that's all I gotta do now is just put these two extras in, probably put some food down here, have them talk or something. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, basically put these two characters in, film her, and then pretty much film the scene. Get ready, animate. I'll probably do something in iclone here, and see if I can come up with it. Come up with the scene. I think it's only a handful of shots. But the question is, what will be the master shot? I think it could be Johnny here. It's probably gonna be Johnny. And then with that, I'll probably just kind of move his thing to the center. Here, pull in, and then zoom down. Probably increase some of the lighting here. Right through here, shoot here. Yeah. Here. So let's see, master shot. Maybe something like a 35 millimeter. I'm going to test out. 35 millimeter. Johnny. Camera down here. Location. Boom. Center. Actually, maybe here. Center. Center. Here. No. And then maybe a shot like this here. Above. Like you're kind of watching. Message sent. Boom. Elevator. And we get to a shot of the elevator. Yeah, I think I know exactly where to go with this. Master. I'll probably adjust these down here. 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 Yeah, that's it. 3 shots. It's only gonna be 3 shots. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. Maybe 4. Nothing too dramatic, just know how to cut, edit, and then finally, maybe she just kind of looks here, looks at the door, boom, boom, here, looks over, done. Looks over to the door, trouble. So, yeah, and then transition, elevator, walk, boom, boom, finish the job. So, anyway, that'll do it for tonight. Yeah, it's just me ranting around and ranting, not so much ranting, but rambling. I haven't really ranted in a while. Yeah, it's just yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing some animation. Yeah, tomorrow will be animation, and then bring it into Unreal, and then film. Set up the camera, set up lighting, set up the final lighting. Sorry, set up final lighting, import animation, render, frame, good to go. So I'll just do a little bit of animation here. Just think about that there, here. So yeah, that'll do it. So thank you for watching. That's it.